All right, so this Twitter user, the Nostalgia Queen, she tweeted, Black Twitter, give me an unpopular opinion about Black sitcoms. And I contributed to the thread, but when I saw the replies of what was being said of our Black sitcoms, I'm talking Martin, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, The Parkers, Moesha, Sister Sister, That's So Raven, the replies were very interesting. Very interesting. So let's talk about it. Theme song. All right, let's dive right in. So the first tweet reads, My Wife and Kids doesn't get the love that it deserves. It's better than Fresh Prince and Martin. I agree that My Wife and Kids deserves more flowers. It is an iconic television sitcom and it is extremely funny. Now, is My Wife and Kids better than Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? I would have to agree. I do like My Wife and Kids better than Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Is My Wife and Kids better than Martin? No, but it's definitely up there with Martin. But I absolutely love My Wife and Kids. Better than Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, not better than Martin. The second one says, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was one of the worst. Wow. Was one of the worst ones to hit the airways. That was a crazy take. I would have to disagree with that. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is a good ass show. I wonder why she said that. That was a very wild take. All right, interesting. Very, very interesting. This person tweeted, Wayans Brothers was better than a lot of shows. Wayans Brothers is similar to My Wife and Kids. It does not get the recognition and flowers that it deserves. Now, I'm gonna be honest with the Wayans Brothers. Like, it was one of those shows that I watched, but I wasn't a faithful watcher of the Wayans Brothers. I would dip in and out. I didn't fully watch a full season of the Wayans Brothers. I didn't watch every single episode. You know, I've watched every single episode of Living Single. I've watched every single episode of A Different World. I watched every single episode of The Parkers. I didn't watch every single episode of the Wayans Brothers. However, when the Wayans Brothers used to come on, and it just happened to come on, I used to watch it and I enjoyed the show. The Wayans Brothers was definitely a good show. And I just love this era that we're in right now, that people are constantly giving the Wayans Brothers and the Wayans family their flowers, because they have done a lot for Black entertainment, especially in the comedy space. And they are authentically funny and authentically entertaining. And Keenan Ivory Wayans did an amazing job putting all of his siblings on. Like I just mentioned, My Wife and Kids, Damon Wayans was a part of that show. He was the lead character in My Wife and Kids. And, you know, they were responsible for White Chicks. They were responsible for the Scary Movie franchise. First two movies of the Scary Movies franchise were the funniest movies out of the whole series, straight up. Just anything that the Wayans family touches is just pure gold. So yes, I do agree that the Wayans Brother, that show is a really good show, and it can stand next to a lot of the popular sitcoms. I personally was just not a loyal watcher of the Wayans Brothers show, but I still loved it. This person tweeted, WB, Fox, and UPN had most of the best Black sitcoms aside from My Wife and Kids and a few other honorable mentions. That is true. A lot of the Black sitcoms aired on those specific networks. And as a child and like a young teen growing up, I did not appreciate what those networks gave us until I got older. Because they were genuinely giving us good Black content, which is something that is definitely missing in this current climate of entertainment. I loved all three of those networks, especially UPN. I used to watch UPN all day, all night. South Florida, it was channel 33 in Miami. And yeah, shout out to those networks. In addition to that tweet, the person said, Family Matters wasn't overly relatable and it didn't age well. It isn't barely funny as an adult. The Parenthood was a much better show. I would say this. I would have to rewatch Family Matters as an adult, but I don't care to watch Family Matters as an adult because I've seen the majority of the episodes. I'm not going to say I've seen all the episodes of Family Matters because I don't think I have, but I've seen a good amount when I was, a young adult or a child. And I just remember watching it all the way up until the season where they replaced the mom. Once the mom got replaced, I was out. I was like, yeah, this is a wrap. But I would have to definitely rewatch it as an adult to see if it aged well or to see if it is genuinely funny. So that's a very interesting take. As far as The Parenthood, I like The Parenthood. I need to see if The Parenthood is on any streaming networks. Because I actually like The Parenthood. The problem with that show is it always came on weird times. Like whenever The Parenthood would come on, something else that I was like way more interested in watching would come on. So instead of watching The Parenthood, I'll be watching like, I don't know, Rugrats. I'll be watching like Ed, Ed and Eddie. I'll be watching like Sister Sister. It was always something else that was a little bit more interesting that I will watch and replace The Parenthood. So I will always catch a few episodes here and there as far as The Parenthood. But from what I can remember about The Parenthood, it was a good show. Speaking of The Parenthood, this is another tweet. They said The Parenthood was highly underrated, arguably one of the best sitcoms of that era. I cannot say that it's one of the best sitcoms of that era because I have to rewatch it again. The Parenthood first aired in 1995. In 1995, I was 2 years old because I was born in 93. So again, I didn't start watching The Parenthood until I was like 6, 7, 8 years old. But again, when it came on, I was either watching Ed, Ed and Eddie, Powerpuff Girls, Scooby-Doo, Johnny Bravo. Anytime that The Parenthood happened to be on, I always would just be watching something else that I was more interested in as a child instead of watching episodes of The Parenthood. But I will make it my mission to see if I can find full episodes of The Parenthood and watch it from beginning to end. Or maybe Amazon sells them on DVD, but I have to buy a DVD player. I don't even have a DVD player, which is crazy. Yeah, moving on. All right, this is something that I tweeted, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are going to agree, or some of y'all might disagree with it. Who cares? I said, the game did not deserve 2 reboots. I'm gonna just pause before I read the rest of my tweet because I meant what I said. The game got canceled in 2009. If y'all remember, the last episode is when Tia and Derwin, they were getting married. He had to leave the wedding to go check on his baby that was being born. And they ended up getting married later on during the episode. And it was just a lot of drama in that last episode. And it was good. It was so good. I'm not gonna cap. The game, the first 5 seasons, it was so good, so well written. I loved the game. Then the game got canceled in 2009. It got canceled because of the writer's strike. At that time, a lot of good shows was getting canceled because of the writer's strike. The Game and Girlfriends. Then in 2011, they brought the game to BET. In my opinion, BET ruined the game. When the game came over to BET, it stopped being a sitcom and it became a drama series. Like, I just remember, I'm like, where are the laugh tracks? Where are the jokes? It's like full drama, and it's just like, wait, the game was a mixture of everything. It was a mixture of comedy and drama. And when it came over to BET, it went from being a sitcom to becoming a black soap opera. I wasn't f***ing with it at all. So they had that stint on BET, and then next thing you know, Tia left the show. The actor that played Derwin, he left the show. They brought in Jay Ellis from Insecure. They brought in Lauren London. They brought in Brandy. It really took away from what the game really was on the CW. Like BET, I don't know what they did to the game, but I didn't enjoy it at all. After like the first one or two seasons that it was airing on BET, I was out. I was just like, this ain't it. This ain't it at all. And then after it got canceled on BET, in 2021, they rebooted the game again on Paramount Plus. And I was just like, why? Why? For what? It ran for 2 seasons. It was a total of like 20 episodes. I guess it was from the perspective of Tasha Mack and her son Malik. I didn't watch it. I just wasn't interested. And I'm going to explain why I wasn't interested. But yeah, it ran for 2 seasons and it got canceled again. What was the point of it? So if you guys watched the game that was on Paramount Plus, let me know if it was good. Tell me in the comments because I wasn't interested. But let me finish reading my tweet. The game did not deserve 2 reboots. Meanwhile, Girlfriends, the show that actually jump-started the game, couldn't even get a proper finale via a reboot or a movie. I meant every single word that I said. It is so unfair to me that the game, a show that originally started on Girlfriends. If you guys can remember, there was a whole episode of them introducing the characters of the game through Girlfriends. Melanie's character was Joan Clayton's cousin. That's how they were introduced.
Melanie, a medical degree from the University of San Diego is not as prestigious as Johns Hopkins. Come on.
So, it's still in the top 10. So go back and tell your mother to tell her brother to tell his wife that her daughter is staying in San Diego.
Okay, you lost me. Are we still cousins?
And the pilot episode happened on Girlfriends. So Girlfriends is the reason why the game even exists. And if you remember one of the season finales of Girlfriends, when Joan was getting proposed to, Melanie and Derwin, they were at the proposal party.
I want to make sure everyone who's important to you can celebrate with us.
Oh my God, Melanie! Oh, thank you. Oh, Derwin.
Yeah, Joan.
Oh, yeah.
The game is a part of the Girlfriends universe. And it is unfair to me that the game was able to get 2 reboots, not 1, 2 reboots. They got rebooted on BET and they got rebooted on Paramount Plus. Meanwhile, Girlfriends, nothing. Absolutely nothing. The only thing that we got from Girlfriends was the reunion on Blackish, which was absolutely beautiful. Just the way that they handled that as a guest cameo and the chemistry between all 4 of the girls, it was just so wonderful. But yeah, it's unfair that the game got 2 reboots and Girlfriends, we ain't getting nothing. I want a Girlfriends finale. You know, I want the story to be told. You know, I want Joan and Tony to get back together and heal their friendship and heal their relationship. I want to see if Joan is going to get married. I want to see if Lynn actually stepped into a career where she's flourishing. I want Girlfriends to get their just due. I'm so sick of everybody else getting reboots, everybody else getting spin-offs, everybody else is getting movies, except the Girlfriends franchise. It's needed. This person tweeted, the Parkers wasn't that great. The best about the Parkers was the theme song. Cap. Absolutely cap. The Parkers is legit one of the funniest black sitcoms ever. I can watch the Parkers and be cracking up laughing. From the Mama Killed Him song.
Mama killed him, mama killed him.
To the Shake Your Booty All Night scene.
Kim's our soloist. Now go on, baby, sing Mama's favorite song. Shake your booty all night.
To Nikki that was on a daytime talk show arguing with the creator of Lady Egyptian.
This is all a crock of bull. Have you lost your mind? But you're all fraud. You don't even use your own products. And you had plastic surgery. And you pay people to lie for you.
No, Mama, I'm lying for free.
I don't know what's up with this user, but the Parkers is hilarious. Like, absolutely hilarious. I love the Parkers. So yeah, that wasn't a good take. Moving on. The top 5 best are Bernie Mac, My Wife and Kids, Jamie Foxx Show, Wayans Brothers, Everybody Hate Chris, Living Single was great as well. I love their top 5. I love their top 5, and I don't disagree with this. I really don't. Bernie Mac Show, oh my God, rest in peace to Bernie Mac. He was truly a funny, authentically funny, an actual funny comedian. And the Bernie Mac Show was... The Bernie Mac Show was definitely a good show. I don't disagree with this tweet. This person tweeted, Tyler Perry should not make another sitcom. Dry as I agree. Oh my God. I agree so much. I agree so much with this tweet. You guys know how I feel about Tyler Perry. I agree with this. House of Pain, garbage. Meet the Browns, garbage. That For Better or Worse sitcom show with Angela and Marcus from Why Did I Get Married? You know, he did like a sitcom show for them. Garbage. I have never enjoyed a Tyler Perry sitcom. I haven't. I don't consider any of Tyler Perry's sitcoms to be a part of the black universe of sitcoms. If I'm mentioning black sitcoms and I'm saying Martin, Living Single, The Parkers, I will never say House of Pain. I will never say Meet the Browns. I will never say For Better or For Worse. His sitcoms are garbage. I don't care if he brings Medea on an episode or two. No. Tyler Perry is just a horrible writer, in my opinion. The talent is in the plays and the plays only. His movies are garbage. His sitcoms are garbage. Anything that he does is garbage. I agree with this tweet. I very much agree with this tweet. Tyler Perry's sitcoms are bull. This person tweeted, Martin wasn't that funny. What? Okay. Martin wasn't that funny. There are a few white sitcoms that made me laugh more. Cap. Because what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What white sitcoms are funnier than Martin? You better not say Friends. You better not say Friends. You better not say Seinfeld. You better not say Will and Grace. What white sitcom is better than Martin? I really want to know that. I really want to know. That was a horrible take. Horrible. Moving on. This person tweeted, Ray J ruined Moesha. I agree. Not only did Ray J ruin Moesha, he ruined 101 and he ruined Love and Hip Hop. Ray J. Moving on. The Jamie Foxx Show, The Parenthood, In the House, The Steve Harvey Show, and Living Single were elite pieces of television history and should be studied for how well they were written and produced. And all were better than Martin. What is up with this Martin slander? Why is everybody slandering Martin? That was like the 3rd tweet of somebody going in on Martin. What's up with that? First of all, let me address the first half of this tweet. I agree. All of those shows. I loved In the House. In the House was my introduction to LL Cool J being an actor. Well, other people will say either Deep Blue Sea, where he was fighting sharks, or NCIS. In the House, that was my introduction to seeing LL Cool J being an actor. Watching LL Cool J on In the House, watching Queen Latifah on Living Single, and watching Will Smith or Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, it's like you were seeing how each of these talented rappers, talented lyricists, and with them being on the sitcoms, you were seeing the progression of them becoming Oscar nominated, Emmy nominated, blockbuster, selling out #1 movies, top billing actors before our eyes. I absolutely loved it. Everybody else, Jamie Foxx Show, I already said what I said about Parenthood. In the House, definitely. Living Single, elite television. So yes, I agree with that, but I disagree with the Martin slander. Like, what the hell? This person tweeted, number one, Living Single was right up there with A Different World as 1 and 1A in the 90s. I don't know what the 1 and 1A in the 90s. I don't know if that's slang or something, but I agree. I love Living Single and I love A Different World. 2, In the House with LL was top tier, but it was slept on as well. I agree. Number 3, same with Mr. Cooper. I've never watched that show. I never watched Hanging with Mr. Cooper. I never did. I'm not going to downplay the history of that show. I'm not going to downplay how iconic the show is. I just never got into it. Number 4, Martin was overrated. Again, what is with the Martin slander? Okay. And number 5, Moesha had spark, but the spinoff was way better. The spinoff to Moesha was The Parkers. I agree with that. I agree with everything that is being said except the Mr. Cooper. I never watched that show. And Martin. Here's my thing. I feel like the reason why so many people are slandering Martin is because of BET. And I will explain why. The programming of BET has become piss poor. Very piss poor. You've gotten rid of all the programming involving, like, you know, showing music videos like 106 in Park and Rap City the Basement. They've gotten rid of all the music based specials. Like, I remember when Mariah Carey used to have a concert, or like Mary J. Blige used to have a concert, or Maxwell used to have a concert. You know, it was like the BET group, or when an artist was promoting an album, they would do a specific BET concert special for BET. They've gotten rid of shows like Spring Bling. BET used to give us top quality programming. And what BET has done is they have filled the channel up with Tyler Perry content. So they would play his sitcoms and they would play his movies. They would run down Baby Boy. The movie Baby Boy was getting played on BET 7 days out of the week. 7 days out of the week. I don't know what the obsession was with Baby Boy, but they used to run Baby Boy like it was crazy. I can't even watch Baby Boy anymore because of BET. And another thing they used to do was play Martin. They used to play Martin all day, every day. So my whole thing is, if you're seeing something on constant rotation all day, every day, is in your face, you're gonna get sick of it. You're gonna get sick and tired of seeing it. And I really feel like the energy that a lot of these people are tweeting about Martin came from that. They're watching BET, and so they're seeing, like, the first year that they're playing Martin, okay, yeah, iconic, nostalgia, we love it, we love it. And then it's like year after year after year after year, all they're seeing is Martin. Episodes of Martin, episodes of Martin, episodes of Martin. And it's like, one, we're becoming sick of it. Being sick of it has transformed into us hating Martin. And with them hating Martin, that is why they are producing some of these unpopular opinions about Martin. Martin is a funny ass show. Let's just be clear. Martin is funny. I can recall the scene when Gina first finds out that Tommy and Pam are dating. I can recall the scene when they thought the plumber died, and so they put his body on the couch and they are all singing and performing a eulogy.
Low pants riding. Low pants riding. T-shirt creeping. Creep, creep. Saying from his full time. Creep, 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 creep. Hey.
I can recall the scene where they say pass the peas like we used to do.
I say pass the peas like we used to do. 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 Ow, pass the peas like we used to do. Pass the peas like we used to do.
Martin is funny, so I cannot get with the whole Martin slander. Martin is a funny ass show, so I am going to disagree with all of this Martin slander that y'all are spewing out on Twitter. Moving on. This person tweeted, Black sitcoms don't need a slow character to be funny. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. That is a very interesting take. Oh, wow. I'm thinking about Junior from My Wife and Kids. I'm thinking about Kim from The Parkers. I'm thinking about Arnez from 101. I'm thinking about Carl from Martin. Wow. Wow. That's a very interesting take. Wow. I wish I could expand more on the subject, but I agree. I agree. That was a good one. Tisha Campbell was funnier and more likable in My Wife and Kids. Yes. Yes, I do prefer Jay over Gina. Like, Tisha Campbell on My Wife and Kids was the best. And they really wrote her character and expanded her talent on that show. She did an amazing job on My Wife and Kids.
Tell me, baby, what I do.
Hold up. Hello. Miss, you okay? Did you fall off the stage? Excuse me? You're singing like you wanted a group, but the group is all up on the stage, so I thought, well, maybe she fell off the stage. 10. There's an imaginary line that goes from my lips all the way around the world. Now, if you're behind that line, you back up. Now, if you're in front of that line, you shut up.
Miss Wiggins is right.
What, you taking sides now?
No, I'm just
What,
saying.
you Miss Wiggins man now?
No,
You Mr. Wiggins?
No.
What, you won't go home with Miss Wiggins?
All I'm saying is that this insatiable drive to win is what's tearing apart our society.
Come on, let's go outside. Come on, let's take it outside. Come on, show me what you got.
I'm
Come
not
on.
looking for a fight, but you know.
Oh, well, you done found one. She done found one.
Queen, Claire, Kyle's parents, Mike and Jay.
Hey, baby!
This is home.
Sorry, baby. You all right?
Yeah, I'm cool.
Chad, give me a big hug. Give me a hug. Oh, God, I missed you so much.
It was great seeing you again.
Not as great as it was to see you, Sweet Lips. Love those shoes.
However, the chemistry between Tisha and Martin Lawrence on Martin is beautiful.
It's just me, you, Tommy, and Mama Duke. Look, you're gonna have to relax on the insults, all right? See what he came at me? I better go here, huh? Did you see it?
But I agree. I enjoyed her and I thought she was way more funnier on My Wife and Kids. This person tweeted, Sister wasn't what they hyped it up to be. Cap. Absolutely cap. Oh, I can understand if you said that about the first 4 seasons of Sister because that was based off of like teenager kid comedy. That's what those versions of Sister was. But those last seasons of Sister, season 5 and season 6, when both Tia and Tamara go off to college, that was some of the best material I have ever seen in a black sitcom. I am not capping. The last 2 seasons of Sister was so good. I like anytime if I decide to go on Hulu, if I decide to go on Netflix, I'm pulling up an episode from the last 2 seasons of Sister because I love the transition of what they demonstrated, from them being preteens to teenagers to them being college adult. Love how they wrote those characters out, and they really transformed Tia and Tamara into grown women in front of our eyes. I absolutely love season 5 and season 6 of Sister Sister, so I have to disagree with this tweet. Now, this person, what he said about black sitcoms, they were better back in the day when we didn't have to spend every episode explaining blackness and racism to middle America, LOL. Woo! If this ain't a tweet, if this is not a damn tweet, cause boy, do I agree. I agree. That is the thing about the 90s and the early 2000s sitcoms. They were unapologetically black. And that's one of the main reasons why I never got into sitcoms like Blackish or The Carmichael Show. Any of the newer black sitcoms, I never got into them because their messaging was based off of that. Just explaining to white America why we are black and why we do the things that we do, or making jokes about it, instead of the show just being what it is. This is what it is, and we're not explaining anything. So I wholeheartedly agree with this tweet. If this person tweeted, "Everybody hates Chris, doesn't get much credit. It's a well done show." I agree. I love Everybody Hate Chris. Nothing more needs to be said. This person tweeted about black sitcoms. It doesn't always have to be centered around God or religion. It's okay to just have a black sitcom without involving religion. I don't know if the energy of this tweet is in response to, you know, a lot of black sitcoms, they'll have that one episode where the characters are in the church and they join the choir and they're singing. You know, the Parkers had that episode.
I am an artiste, and I play by ear. Then you must be deaf, because that wasn't even flat.
Is there a problem?
Oh, no, Reverend Wright. Sister Nikki and I were just having a little intense fellowship. Yeah, I was about to lay hands on Sister Girl.
Living Single had that episode. Martin had that episode. The Jamie Foxx Show had that episode. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Sister Sister, The Soul Man, and The Cosby Show. And again, as to what I said earlier, a lot of these 90s sitcoms and early 2000s sitcoms are about being authentically black. The Baptist or Kojic church experience is all a part of our blackness. So them showcasing that in an episode or two, unapologetically, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. Now, the only time I remember when the aspect of religion was actually tied in between a storyline within a sitcom was that episode of Girlfriends. If you guys can remember the season finale of season 1 of Girlfriends, Joan and Tony, they got into that fight. And then in season 2, they slowly were working their way back into healing their relationship. And there was an episode where the both of them, they were in church and they both came to the altar. They both grabbed each other's hands and they were both forgiving each other for what they've done to each other. And it was a healing of their friendship. So other than that, I don't ever recall religion being a specific storyline in black sitcoms. You guys can recount religion being displayed in a black sitcom outside of a choir battle. Let me know. But I don't know. That's a very interesting point of view. Oh, this was another person. Somebody else said the same thing. I'm tired of black sitcoms having a Christian message in the episode. It often comes across as cringy propaganda. Both of you Twitter users just need to get saved because what are y'all just talking about? Outside of the sitcoms and the choir battles, what other sitcom has a Christian message? I'm really trying to understand. Whatever. We're not gonna spend too much time on that. We just gonna pray for those two individuals and keep it pushing. This person tweeted, Corey in the House was an underrated masterpiece. Masterpiece is a reach. I'm not going to call Corey in the House a masterpiece, but it was a good show for what it was. That's So Raven was funnier. All right, so the last unpopular opinion, the person who created this thread, the Nostalgia Queen, she tweeted, I'm ready to talk about how Jamie Foxx was a better show than Martin. Also, Laura Winslow was trash. Laura Winslow was definitely trash. She did not pay attention to Steve Urkel until Steve was moving on Myra, who was, in my opinion, the more prettier girl. Yeah, she was a bit more crazy, but she actually loved Steve Urkel, and she was gonna do whatever she can to take care of Steve Urkel. And then Laura did not start paying attention to Steve until Steve attention started going away from Laura. So I agree with that. Laura Winslow was definitely trashy. As far as the first part of the tree, is the Jamie Foxx show a better show than Martin? I love Martin. I low-key might have to agree. I love the Jamie Foxx show. Interesting. The Jamie Foxx show was definitely funny, authentically funny. That's a very interesting take. I don't know. But okay. Very interesting. Well, that wraps up this video. What are your unpopular opinions? And do you agree or disagree with any of the tweets that I've read in this video? Sound off in the comments. I would love to see what you guys have to say. Very, very, very interesting. I appreciate you guys for making it all the way to the end of this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And keep up with me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. The links are in the description box below. And I will see you on the next episode.